Let's do some Halloween crafting with some jewels that I picked up at the thrift store that are broken. And most of these ornaments and decorations are from the dollar store, except for the kitty cat, which I got from HomeSense. I'll be gluing on gems, cutting up necklaces, and creating something quite spooktacular. So at the end, I'll also show you how I style these. I've separated the jewelry, and in front of each Halloween decoration, I have determined that I would be probably using these jewels for this spider, and this house will get these ones. And for kitty cat pumpkin head, you will have those. This one here will be the easiest one with the least amount of jewels. This guy here, the most difficult and the most expensive. This one is from HomeSense. The other four are Dollar Tree. All the jewelry is thrifted from jewelry jars. A lot of it's junk jewelry, and yesterday I went through it all and came up with this. And our first project of the 5 will be the Black Widow Spider. And I paid about $4 for this guy at the dollar store. And we'll be using this collection of broken jewelry to make this spider glam and spooky. Now I have this handy dandy glue, crazy glue, but I don't actually use it for any of the projects. I think I just kept it around for good luck. I will, however, be using Gorilla Glue sticks for the hot glue gun, and I got myself a pair of cutters too, which were kind of big and awkward. I would have rather had some that were made for jewelry. Okay. So I'm thinking of doing just the perimeter of the back end of the spider with this grungy old bracelet. So I'll tear it apart and we will use these beads to hot glue them on to the spider and get this project started. So I decided to kind of just work with all of them, put them around the best I can, try to cover as much space as possible, and I'll just align them up and pull out the glue gun and let's start gluing. So at the beginning of the video, you probably noticed my dining room table that was just full of jewelry. Well, I pulled out the big guns here. I had about, 5 or 6 jewelry jars separated where I took out the good stuff and the bad stuff. And what you saw was literally the bad stuff, which wasn't too bad. But a lot of it was either broken or singles, like just one earring out of a pair, missing the other one. So that was really good to use as craft projects. And then I had stuff that was kind of junk. Basically, either the elastics were about to give out, or there were stones missing, or, some was just plain broken, which makes for a really great project. And this is what we're doing with it. So the first step I did was I laid it all out. And then because I was doing 5 projects, I decided to put the jewelry in order by color. So I didn't care what it was. If it was a bracelet or necklace, it didn't matter. If it was like all white diamond-like stones, it went into one pile. If the stones were reds or blacks, they went into other piles. And that made my life so much easier when I was selecting the stones to use for each project. I kind of had a feeling that I wanted a lot of black and diamonds for this spider, and I wanted her to have ruby red eyes. So I just dipped into the pile of black jewelry to pick out certain things to, match up, and the pile of diamonds, alleged diamonds. I don't think they're real diamonds. and I put them all into a saucer, and that made my life a lot easier because now I'm simply assembling. Because before I got to this part here, I laid out all the jewelry and I kind of put it on the spider to see where it fit. I said, okay, great, that works. I put it back on the saucer and then I started. So that's a trick you can do so that you don't become overwhelmed and search for stuff or get stuck and say, oh my God, I needed something to go there, but I have nothing to put there. See what I mean? So color coordinate what you have, your stash. It'll make it so much easier. Okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing. The back's looking pretty good. And I have this bracelet and it's another stretchy and it's in pretty bad shape, but I have an idea to use the little squares as feet. Do spiders have feet? I don't know, but this one does. Maybe little shoes. No, wait, but we're going to put it on top. I'm not going to put it underneath the foot. They will go on top. They'll just add a little something. And they're kind of like a pewter tone with a stone on them. So I got out the old hot glue and we'll get these on pretty quick. And you just never know what's going to fit where. And that's why I like to have it kind of planned out ahead of time, where I knew I needed 8 of these and that little bracelet just fit the bill perfectly. And the color tones, it works so well. And I don't know if you noticed, but on the back of the spider, it's a massive brooch and there's a few stones missing on it. So it's not perfect. It's far from perfect. But when it's on something like this, you just don't scrutinize the jewelry the same way you would if you were shopping for a piece. So this is where you can get away with a lot when it comes to broken jewelry. Okay, the feet are done. And now I was thinking about if she has a choker. A choker. Okay, that's going to be her neck. According to me, her neck is right there. And let's get this glued on. And I'm starting to struggle a little bit with this because the glue gun is running out of glue. So we'll have to put another glue stick in. We are almost done the necklace. It's going along pretty good so far. Can't believe it. Those rhinestones really, really help so much. And I'm starting to get glue stuck to my fingers. These strands everywhere. Maybe if I would have had a little paintbrush, I could have got those little strands off easier. At the end, I do on my own pull off all the extra like hairs of glue because it's so annoying, but it's easy to do. It's just, there's just a lot of it. Okay. And this is a brooch, broken brooch, which we will put right on top of her head like a little crown jewel, the Black Widow. I'll glue that in place. And we have not too much left to put on her. So this here is a nice, gorgeous, kind of like a black smoke crystal. It's gorgeous. It's a pendant. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I mean, I could rip it off there one day if I wanted to and put it on a necklace. But for now, it's going to get hot glued right there. And here we go. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Oh my goodness. Yay. Spider's looking good. Now, here are the eyeballs. I pulled out 3 just in case a cat got one of them. And this had me nerved up. To be honest, it's so small. I had trouble gripping it with my fingertips. And here we go. Okay, let's put the glue on. Let's put the glue on. And can I do it with the first shot? Can I? Yes. Yes. Hooray. Hooray. Sometimes things go well, folks. Sometimes things go well. And I'm getting a nice collection of glue on my fingers. And it's not bad though. It's not like, it's hot if you touch it as soon as it comes out. But once, a second or two goes by, the glue isn't all that hot. So you can manipulate it pretty good until it gets a little too hard. Okay. And we did it. Let's get those strands off of there and eyeball the eyeballs. What do you think? Not too bad. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys some close-ups of the finished products, and we'll style them a little bit around my house. And here's the before and some after at night. And I will be taking more pictures for the end of the video. The little feeties. Isn't that sweet? Glamorous. And those little lights I bought separately. They're just little tea lights. And here are the jewels for this project. Lots of blues, golds, glittery colors. And we have the glue gun again. And we're going to start off with a butterfly just because it kind of fit there, really cute. And why not? Why not? I call this the haunted house, or like Norman Bates' house in Psycho. You can tell it's all boarded up. On the front door, it has like boards going across, which is a perfect place to bedazzle, put some jewels on. A do not enter in diamonds. Why not? Why not? And really pretty. I had a little bit of trouble with those strands. I had to glue one strand at a time, and I felt like I was all thumbs. But I did it. I did it. I did it. Here we go. Is everything sticking? And the butterfly popped off, and I had to re-glue it. But I cut that out so you didn't have to see me glue it on twice. And here we go. This would be like caution tape, do not enter this haunted house. You don't want to go in there. And again, this is a Dollar Tree haunted house. They have tons of stuff out right now. This is September when I'm putting out this video. And if you go into thrift shops now too, you can find a lot of home decor that's Halloween inspired. You don't have to buy new. You don't have to buy at the dollar store. You could just try your luck at your local thrift shop. Be shocked what you find. That's where all this jewelry came from. I didn't pay much. I bought jewelry jars. They're like mystery jars full of jewelry there. You never know what you find in them. Sometimes I've found gold, I've found silver and name brands, and other times I found junk. Junk. That's all right, because I have a use for the junk jewelry too. Like making shingles for houses. Haunted houses. Check this out. That little blue bracelet looks so cute. Now, that's called gingerbread, I think. A little trim gingerbread on the exterior of a house. Not a gingerbread house, but almost. Okay, and these diamonds. Perfect, perfect. Let's put them right there. Yes, right on the top of the window. And we'll get a few more of these, and we'll just continue to hot glue away. So these turquoise and diamond and gold pieces, I suspect they came off of sandals. Yes, sandals. You've seen them all blinged out, the strappy sandals. Not quite flip-flops, but almost. You could use anything around the house on these. Even buttons. Buttons would have made a difference too, but I just stuck with jewels. Anything goes, whatever you have. Look at that. So sweet, so sweet. And don't underestimate beads. Beads can really do a lot of coverage on a piece. They can go pretty much anywhere if you wanted. And you got to just decide, do I want to see the hole in the bead or not? That was my big decision. And honestly, it didn't seem to matter if I did or not. I was just putting them on where they landed, basically. Check out my fingers. They're getting so glued up. My goodness. I'm just loving this. I'm having a really, really good time with this haunted house. And with these diamonds, I'm going to make some gingerbread trim for the Victorian house, for the haunted house. So a brief history of gingerbread trim. Oh, it's a thing. It's a thing. And if you noticed on Victorian houses, you could see some trim work around the edges of the roof, around the doorways, outside, around the porch. Well, they called it gingerbread because it was a way to elevate the appeal of simple frame cottages with decorative woodwork. And it includes fanciful cut and pieced frieze boards, scrolled brackets, sawn balusters, and braced arches. All these elements work together to create unique and very eye-catching facades on these old Victorian homes. It adds personality and charm to it. I'm really liking how these kind of champagne colored diamonds and gemstones look at the top of the windows. Gives it, again, some charm, some character to the old mansion, the old haunted mansion. And my fingers are starting to get glued up. This is really quite easy to do at this point. Not much there. It's just a question of how many of these charms do I have? How many windows, and how do I place them around? And I was kind of lucky with it because there were quite a few on that bracelet that I busted to get these. And the glue is starting to get everywhere. I'm very generous with the glue because of where I'm putting it. I don't have a lot for backing because of that little bar in the window that goes down. So I tend to kind of over glue it. And then we have another piece of the sandal, the famous turquoise and diamond sandal strap. And I'm going to just trim some windowsills with it. I find it looks stunning. I really wish I had more of that turquoise. Up close, you'd think it was 24 karat gold. Oh my gosh, imagine if it is. Imagine. Oh, we're looking good. We're looking good. And let's just continue. And I have a pretty long strand of this gold beaded necklace. Enough to do some serious outlining on this structure. Although it's kind of fine, it's a little challenging to get it to stick. I had some trouble with it, and even after I was done the project, I had to go back with my glue gun and actually fix this piece right here that I'm working on. It didn't stick. It just kind of, I don't know what I did wrong, but it just didn't want to stick. And you can see there's tons of strands of hot glue everywhere. I'll be cleaning that up too. There you go. Yeah, you know the stuff. If you work with glue guns, it never ends. But that's just part of the game, right? And now I'm going to outline the other side of the house. And I find this outlining really gives the house some structure. And I only wish I had a lot more of it, of that chain. I mean, if I had a lot more, I think I could have done a lot of outlining. But maybe I would have crossed the line and did too much outlining too. So you got to kind of know when to do more and when to pull back a bit. I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing. And it's not perfectly straight. It has that, I don't know, that haunted house look because it's a bit crooked. When you see images of haunted houses in cartoons, they're kind of blown out of proportion. The top looks bigger and imposing than what it really is. And it's kind of like looking down at you like it wants to get you. At least that's how I see it. And I'm starting to get a pretty good handle on putting on that trim work. Luckily for me, it's starting to go really, really good. And I still have some left. Now I found some parts of a bracelet that are kind of like half rounds or spacers or something. And they seem to go well right there. And they're blacks in pewter color. I'm trying to use all the pieces that I brought out. I still have a ton of jewelry downstairs in case I run out of something. And this trim work just keeps going and going. And it's not the easiest thing to put on. I find the smaller things are harder to put on than the bigger things. And the smaller things are the what gets my hands all glue. But it's so worth it in the end. Snipping. Going good, but just check it out. See how it just has a real spooky gothic look to it with all that trim on the edges. And I'm kind of glad that it's thin. You know, if it was thicker, maybe it would just not have the same effect because I have some thicker elements on the house and some thinner stuff. I think it just adds something to it when you play with different sizes. And I'm so happy I have a lot of it. I just got lucky. It was a broken chain. It was a necklace. And it just worked out wonderfully for this project. Although I did start to run out. I think that's where we are right now. I didn't have enough to go the full length of the house right there. I could only use segments. So I just cut it in two and worked with it. Here we go. What do you think so far? Okay, let's fill that in with a bead. Those beads from that blue bracelet just keep going. You can do whatever you want. Fill it up as you like, as you like. Still have a lot more to play with. And once we get to those navy blue beads on that bracelet that you see in the saucer, you're going to be surprised what I do with that. It really just brings it home. I'm out of glue, so let's pull out another glue stick, put it in the old glue gun. It's as simple as that. And I have another piece of turquoise from the sandal. I think it's going to go right there. We're really starting to pull together, and we're getting closer to using the blue bracelet. Okay, let's get those cutters and the snip. My favorite part. And beads go flying. When I craft, I don't let my cats near me. I have 2 cats, and they're troublemakers. Their paws would have been in everything. Okay, here we go. Did you even notice those little tips on top of the roof? Well, now you are. We're putting in the crowning jewels. Look at that. Look at that. Nice navy blue dots right up there. Different from diamonds, different from gold or turquoise. I just did a collection of blue stuff, silver stuff, gold stuff, and ran with it. All different shades of blues on this one. Turquoise, navy, aqua, kind of like ocean blue. And it all just seems to work together. Anything goes. Just let your imagination run wild with your projects. Try to keep it down to a few color tones perhaps on one project. And you can even put a couple different metallics on it too. Doesn't have to be all gold or silver. Mix and match. Have a statement piece. I think the butterfly in the middle, that turquoise butterfly, was a statement piece. And add your gingerbread, clam touches, anything goes. And beads save the day. They always save the day. They're easy to do. They're easy to put on. They're not like running strands of chain like we just saw. They're so much easier. I just love what I'm seeing here. Okay, let's just continue with this. Our haunted mansion is finished. Oh, look at that. Look at those blue dots at the top. The light color stuff, the butterfly, the edge, the trim, all pulled together. And here we have a kitty cat pumpkin head jack-o'-lantern from Dollar Tree. I might have paid $3 or $4 for this. And it actually comes lighted. So again, we'll use jewels, the glue stick, and have the crazy glue there for good luck. I never use it. I never use it after all. Okay, I found this cute cap and it came off of a necklace. It actually had like strands or like garland attached to it. And I thought it would make a nice little cap for the top piece of the pumpkin head. And it's a pearl bracelet with a little bow on it, which I also thought might look nice. It's kind of like a crowning jewel ornament type thing. Oh, there we go. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. This one here is pretty quick. It didn't take too much time to do this one. There's not a lot of ornaments to put on, not a lot of jewels to put on. I didn't need much actually. And I thought these could look good as teeth or kitty cat fangs. Fangs. They're actually leaves. Yeah, there we go. Nice. I plunked them right into place like that. Again, string all over my fingers from the glue. Fun stuff. Okay. And the second one goes right here. Fun stuff, guys. Fun stuff. I tell you. If I could have done it a little differently, maybe I could have put on some paint. Maybe painted the lines that go down the pumpkin. I don't know, maybe silver if I wanted to get a little fancy with it. And maybe sprinkle some glitter on top of the head. But I kept it to just jewels. And right here we're going to put another strand going around the top of her head. There we go. There we go. We're getting somewhere now. We are. Starting to pull together. The top parts are done. And what we have left are teeth and eyes. So I have this small strand of diamonds. I thought I could outline the eyes with it. And it actually turned out to be a little bit more challenging than I wanted. It took a little bit of time to do. These strands are always kind of hard for me to do. And I have to glue inside the eye without making a mess. Yeah, good luck. Whoops, now the strand goes into the eye and I have a little bit of trouble getting it out. We'll go on to the other side. I didn't have enough diamonds to do the full length of the eye, but it didn't seem to matter. I worked with what I had. And I think it turned out pretty nice, actually. Maybe it would have been nicer if I'd had a strand of orange diamond color rhinestones, but I had the whites. So, you do what you have to. Not too bad, not too bad. I'll pick off all the glue after the video is shot, so don't worry too much about that. Here we go. Here's a quick glimpse of where we are so far. And now I'll make an attempt to do the other eye. There we go. Nice. The second eye went a little bit better because I had some practice now. I haven't been using a glue gun in years, so this was quite challenging. But this was probably one of the easier projects of the 5. The next one will be the easiest with the least amount of work and jewels. And I'll show you that even with a small amount of jewels, you can make something pretty glamorous. Okay, so pulling together, got strands of glue hanging everywhere. Let's move on to those teeth. Yeah, the teeth right there. And this strand here in the center, I'm going to use, you see the piece that's dangling down in the middle? Anyway, that's going to be the tongue. The tongue. And we can see that those clusters of flowers kind of look like bottom teeth. And I didn't have too much trouble gluing them on because they're a little bit bigger and I had more room to work inside the mouth than the eyes. Okay, so what do you think? Some of them aren't on. Let's add a little bit more glue here and there. And we're getting close to finished. I think I'm going to have to do something with the nose. Perhaps just a little tiny little pendant. Just something. Add a little bit more bling. And you can see the tongue is actually underneath. And it might be stuck there, but there it is. That would be the tongue. And I pull it off so it kind of dangles. And there we have it. Finished product. And this pumpkin is also from Dollar Tree. And I start off with doing the stem. I found some really, really nice jewels for this. I love the swirly, playful piece that I'm working with right now. And then I'll put that little tiny guy down here, that little flower right at the base. Add a bit of bling to it. We're working with silvers, golds, and diamonds. Really ornate. I love it. I love it. Add a bit more hot glue there. And all these projects are quite simple. Just, broken jewelry, repurposing broken jewelry, and just having a lot of fun. And with the eyes, I actually was able to use two pieces. I have kind of like little eyebrows with those flowers at the top, which were part of an earring. It was part of an earring. And then this, the green, was part of a necklace. And I had a choice. I could use greens or reds. Wound up going with the green. Oh my goodness, more glue, more glue. I haven't used many sticks of glue, if you notice. What are we at, 3 or 4 by now? Going pretty good. So put on another eyebrow. Another eyebrow, and yes, it's working nicely. Strands of glue everywhere. And let's put in another eyeball. Spooky stuff. That nose is looking fantastic. What about some teeth? Got some squares, and they're kind of champagne color. Let's plunk those squares in right there. Yes, nice glamorous teeth. And of course I struggle with it. I struggle with it, especially a lot with this one. It goes over the edge, and these are really heavy. These pieces are heavy, so I gotta redo it. It's okay, this stuff peels off really easily. You make a mistake, it's an easy fix with hot glue. Look at that. Yes. Creepy guy. And we have a couple more teeth to put in. Coming along nicely. And you see, I'm not going to be using too many gems on this one. I have that silver bracelet waiting in the wings. And we have the teeth in, and now it's time to do my favorite thing, bust up a beaded necklace. Actually, it's a bracelet rather. And here we go. Nothing flew too far this time. The beads actually landed in the saucer. These are gorgeous. They're like a silvery black smoke. Eye teasing. They're not bright diamond colored. They're not silver. They have kind of a haunting darkness to them. So what we'll do now is kind of do some outlining. Beads really cover a lot. And it doesn't matter what shape they are. They go on pretty quick. And you can just fill in a lot of spaces with them. Ideally, you're looking at things that are flat to put on and things that are round. That gives a little bit of depth and covers a lot of real estate really quickly. So let's just keep on filling in. And I figured this guy needed some eyebrows. So I put 3 dots above the eyes. And I think we're getting close to a finished Halloween decoration. Look at that. Look at that. Not bad. Easy project. And we have one Halloween project left to do. And believe me, it's worth the wait. The Royal Spooky Kitty Cat. This one I've been saving for last. Its eyes light up, and it is from HomeSense. I paid $25 for it, and I think I used the most jewels on this one compared to the other 4 projects that were Dollar Tree projects. And what I'm trying to fit in here is a brooch. A thrift shop brooch. All the jewelry you see is from thrift shops, and most of it is broken. I'm recycling or repurposing broken vintage jewels. Trying to make something glam, spooky, and I don't know, timeless, I think. Timeless and haunting and beautiful and kind of creepy too at the same time. This cat was a challenge to do. I was lucky because they already had on some fake pearls, so I had some filler, which is kind of neat, versus a blank slate. But again, I paid a bit more for this one. Okay, will you hold? Oh my goodness, time for another glue stick. Yes, we're running through them now. And the problem with this brooch is, well, it's not really a problem, is that it's high in the back, so it doesn't just lie flat, and the cat's chest is curved, so I have to build up a bit of glue underneath it to hold it in place. Now I have one of my favorite stretchy bracelets, and instead of cutting it up, snap, there. Easy fix. Right off the first shot. So that's going to stay put right there. No glue necessary. And lots of pretty colors. With this cat, I wanted to put some purples, pinks, gold, silvers, every color of the rainbow almost on it. But I wanted more fuchsia and purple. So now we're going to work on the top of the head. And I thought maybe a little crown might do the trick up here. I'm not going to cut this bracelet. I'm going to leave it as is. Hot glue it right in place. For a bit of bling. Hit my camera. That wasn't you moving, it was the camera. There, pat it down. Come on. I struggled with this, believe it or not. There we go. Slipped in a bit of glue while you weren't looking either. And put a little bit more glue. I'll hold you in place. And wait till you see what I'm going to put on top of this kitty cat's spooky little head. And that spider, isn't that the icing on the cake? That big purple gemstone? Creepy guy. I love it. I just love it. Oh, and the crown still needs a few more dollops of glue here and there. But look at that. Hey, do I have something in my hair? Yeah, a spider. I think it's glam. In a weird, creepy way. Just fit like a glove. Love it. All right. Okay. What's next? I love that collar. That ruffle. It's so Edwardian. But no, should I use those right now? No. Okay. These are earrings. And I'm just itching to break them apart. And glue them onto her collar. Make some points. See how the edge is all scalloped or pointy? Just thought I would highlight the points with these leaves. And I have a lot of them to put on. A lot of them. And I struggle with those pliers every once in a while. Well, look at that. See where I'm going with this, eh? You could break apart almost anything jewelry-wise and find a place on it on this cat. There are so many details, so many, there's just so much. Okay, I'm working on the back right now. It's hard to show you, but just trust me, I did the hardest leaf first, way in the back. The other ones you'll be able to see a lot more easily. And it's so surprising what it will look like once it's covered. But let's just continue with gluing and putting these leaves on. The leaves are looking pretty nice. I think I'm going to have to add more up there after. But what about a purple gemstone down here somewhere? This was part of a broken necklace, and I think it will look fantastic. Right at the bottom. Spiffy, really dapper, pulls it right together. There we go. Easy to put on. The big stuff's easy to put on. Oh my gosh, my fingers are all glue. Get that glue off of there. And another one, another purple gemstone. It's an earring. And I'm going to have to try to cut that back off of it. Come on. Gosh, why do you have to be so miserable? Yeah, come on. And we got it. Got it. Takes part of it off. That's all it takes. Just so that it tries to lie flatter. I'm telling you, some of that steel is thick. Should I put it on the back? Oh, no. No. Don't do that. Put it on the front. Yeah. Okay. I think I found a spot. A nice big blob of hot glue. Right there. Hurry up and put it on. And what do we have? Sweet. Yes, I'm liking it. What do you think? Yes. Off to the side a bit. But wait, I think I'm going to counterbalance it with this other clip-on earring. How about right on the collar? Yes. Yes, I love it. Love it. It's a flower. Pink rhinestone. And the nip. There we go. Right there. Perfect. Good blob of glue. There we go. That'll hold it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now let's work on that collar a little bit more. I'm liking how the silver and the gold leaves play off each other. And every other one is a silver. I don't know, just adds a little bit of something to it. A little bit of something. Looking good. Looking really, really good. Easy to put on. And it just highlights the points around the exaggerated collar. And the collars back then, those ruffles around the neck were actually quite big. So this is kind of small. I'm struggling with this one. Okay, reglue. Easy to do. They had really big collars back in the day. And I'm really trying to highlight that with all these leaves. Okay, let's slip in another one. See what we have. Gorgeous. I'm loving it. It's edgy. It's two-toned. And we have the strands of glue everywhere. 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 Okay, what's next? What should I work on? So we have another stretchy bracelet. And I'm just going to nip, nip again, and rip and pull this apart. I have an idea. How about on the base? Yeah. And this is like a dark pewter with black highlights or black lowlights and crystals in the center. And I have enough of these to go around. Beautiful. Okay, so let's just continue around the base and come back and put the icing on the cake. I'm really loving how the pedestal base is looking. Those flat pieces really did the trick at the bottom. And looking pretty spiffy. Crown, the chest, the collar, but we're not done yet. How about a little bit of bling up there? Okay, let's get some clipping and pull out that glue gun. Okay, perfect. Yes. And this will go on quick. Nice. I didn't have enough to go all the way around the back, but I don't care. I don't care. And what about the sides? The puffy shoulder sleeves. I think we're going to need something up there after. Once we get this glued on. Nice. Those gemstones there are blacks with a hint of color. A hint of color. So it goes with the spooky glam kind of feel, the Halloweeny feel that we have going on here. We're getting close to done. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how I styled these around the house, some close-ups, and we'll just cut into this stretchy bracelet now and have an idea. Let's put them on here. We'll do the trim work of both sleeves and we'll be close to done. Close to done. I'm telling you, this project was really, really fun. I'm really liking this cat. And let's just see how this goes and continue. I'm really liking how they trimmed around the edges of the shoulders. Really, really nice and colorful. Colorful. It really goes well with the brooch. And now, how about if we give that kitty a diamond smile? A smirk made out of rhinestones. Yes, I love it. I love it. Start cutting. Okay. Get the glue. Put that in. Struggle a little bit, but worth it. Okay, we're missing something. We need something, I don't know, just a little something for the cat's smile. Yes, a little tiny heart. Little tiny heart right below the nose. Yes, yes, that's it. That's it. That is so sweet. And our Halloween kitty cat is completed. And next you'll see a before, a little bit of night shots. And then to finish off the rest of the video, I'm going to show you how I styled all 5 of these Halloween decorations around my home. Happy Halloween, everyone. Thanks for watching and hit that subscribe.